The next challenge would be to make it a different size. We've all done transformational geometry. We know that all we have to do is multiply the coordinates by some constant value. If you want them to be twice as big, we'd multiply all the coordinates by 2, or all the lengths that we're moving by 2. We can make a value, and we'll call it size. Now, right now, the letters are 100 pixels high. Say we wanted them to all be 50 pixels high. If we made the size equal to a percentage, let's say to 50%, 0.5, and we multiplied that by all of our lengths that we move forward, that would do it. Anytime we have a forward, put in times size. Forward or a backward, we'll just put that in. We're going to have to do that to our radius as well, and to our back, to all of our forwards. This radius of the circle, the radius of the circle times our size. That should do it. I'm missing some here. Forward, forward. We could do a find for forward. We could just make sure that all the forwards have sizes in them. Missing one right here. Missing one here. Let's see if that works. It's a function. And what did we say the forward, the size was? Is 0.5, so 50%. Let's function f5 that. Will it make it half the size? Problem there. After the t and after the r, must have accidentally multiplied an angle. After the t and after the r. After the t, we turned right. We should have been multiplying that forward. After the r, we turned right. Let's see what that looks like. That looks nice. We can make it any size. We can make it any position. We could also rotate the angle. Let's make a function that's going to write the word Trafalgar at a random position on the screen, at a random angle, and a random size. To do that, we need something called random, so we're going to import random. We're going to make a function called Trafalgar. I'm going to define that. I'll just call it traf. We will do these letters. I pressed tab, selected them all, and tabbed them over to get them all over here. So I want to pick a random angle. I'm going to make an angle is equal to some random range between 0 and 360. And our step is 1, so we're stepping up by 1 degree. I'm going to have it rotate right, turtle dot right, by whatever angle we're talking about. Then it's going to spell out that at a random size. Let's pick a random size between... Size is random between 10% is the smallest and 100% is the biggest. We're going to say size is equal to this number divided by 100. All of that divided by 100. And then it's going to spell out Trafalgar. We're in the center. We could move, we turn the angle, and then let's just go forward some random amount. I'm going to make it equal to some random amount. 300 will get us pretty far, so let's just go from 0 to 300. We've turned right, and then we're going to move forward. Move. And then we're going to spell out Trafalgar. Let's do that a few times. 4 times. For I in range, 4. Spell out traf. Let's see what that does. Save function F5. After that, we might want to randomize the colors. Oh, doesn't like something. Size is not defined. We want size to be a global variable, so I'm going to define it up here. Size. And let's see what that looks like. I want to speed that up a bit. To speed it up, I'm going to tell the speed to be 0, and we're going to hide the turtle itself, and that'll speed things up a lot. Let's try that. And maybe 300 is too far. Also, we could go negative as well, right? Because if we're always moving forward, we could go backwards as well, or negative forward. Let's see if we did that, what it would do. Let's go negative 200 to 200. Let's see how that works. That seems to be good. And then I made another one exactly the same size. Okay, so the height has not changed. It's keeping the height at 100%. Here's my third one. And the fourth is drawn somewhere off the screen, presumably. I need to use the word global. I can say size We put the word global in front of it, and it knows to use it as the global variable. Global size. It knows to use the global. Let's try that. Also, I'd like to randomize the colors. Let's run that. This is no longer the same size. This is a bit smaller. It's way off the screen. It's not restarting at 0, 0. We need to reset it to 0, 0 because that's why it's going way off. Once it gets to the end, we've penned up, we will go back to 0, 0. Or we could start at 0, 0. Turtle.go to 0, 0. Function F5. So a wee little Trafalgar. And then here's another one. And here's another one. That's working a little bit better. Here's a bigger one. If I want it to make random colors, pick random numbers for the RGB, and away we go. Right here, I need to tab those over. Make R a random number, and then divide it by 256, so rand range 0 to 255. We'll do that for the green and for the blue. Let's see how that works. We ran into some problems. The RGB, once again, it's a problem with using global variables. R is not defined. The RGB is defined here. Just tell it that it's a global variable. Global R, G, and B, like that. Let's see if that works. And that worked. It's just making 4 of them, but we can tell it to make as many as we want. We could tell it to make 400. Easily enough, 400. Save that and run it.